Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all the ships at sea. Our top news of the story of the day, we have a dead Iranian terrorist that went down, and the butcher of Tehran, he was called. And what does our fine resident of the United States do but offer the condolences of the United States to their loss of the butcher of Tehran and of Israel. He would butcher Israel if he could, but of Iran. So yes, that is your government at work. And of course, you got to remember that Biden gave them an additional $10 billion recently to be able to fund all this attack against Iran, Israel. Geez. You know, they're risking their lives in Iran right now on social media, proclaiming their joy at the death of this scumbag terrorist piece of shit, who we condone and console them over. I say we tell those guys to get out of town. All of you guys that are, send them a secret message, text them. All you guys, get out of town right now. We're about to wipe the slate clean there because they were just waiting for the next, Ayatollah butthola to take over. And, these are people that chant death to America. And Biden, expresses our condolences. So he's not expressing my condolences. I was cheering when I saw it. I was going, man, a hard landing. I hope they mean very hard, so power to the people of Iran to, stand up and free yourselves from these, desert dwelling scum that are, trying to take over the world with their, that's why I love Sky News. That the girl, the newscaster there, she escaped from Iran with her family, back when she was young, and the Islamic takeover, Nazi Islam at work, and then in the meantime, now we just released yesterday was the fact that Biden had okayed deadly force on the raid at Mar-a-Lago for the FBI. He had sanctioned the use of deadly force on a history-making raid on another previous president's home, searching for documents on a paperwork. He was trying to assassinate Trump, or at least get his Secret Service to react to them being there and get some kind of violence so they could say, oh, look, here we are, violence again from MAGA, and again, say because he refused to do the documents, he had them locked up. The FBI had the key, and he kept saying, do you want me? No, we're working. He was working with them. But the news, all they say is how he refused to turn over the documents. So they raided. All that is a complete lie, just like if you saw Bill Maher on Gutfeld. I think these people really don't watch other news and know. Bill Maher act like he doesn't know, talk about the police killed during January 6th. No police were killed during January 6th. Only one person was killed in January 6th. It was Ashley Babbitt, the innocent girl, a retired veteran, a MAGA supporter who was at the front door. I've seen the video where they shot into the crowd, and she was the one that got hit at the door as they, it's absurd. And then this guy is hailed as a hero, this cop who should be arrested and charged with murder. Only one person died. The cop that died had a stroke and died later on, and then some fat guy died even days later from something else, I believe. But again, there was no loss of life on January 6th. But again, they do not. But Bill Maher acts like he never heard of that. Just like I'm sure he never heard that, that Trump had to hide down in the bunker of the White House in May 2020 when they burned down the church and were trying to tear down the gate to get in the White House. Secret Service was at hand-to-hand combat with BLM terrorists trying to tear down the fence to get to the White House, to get to Trump, and they didn't want to shake his hand like the tens of thousands of people that surround him now. They were wanting to assassinate him, and it's all been covered up. It's all been hidden. It's all been memory hold, and now their chief witness, the chief witness, turns out he's stolen over $130,000 from the man. They've got a porno whore and a condemned, a convicted felon, lying thief that are testifying against the greatest president this country ever had. And this is the case that they bring in their history-making attempt to lock up a president. So on this Memorial Day, we pay honor to our fallen brothers who have given their lives for the sake of this country and to continue the American way. And this is not the American way. What we are seeing in this country now, they keep saying, "Oh, tyranny, tyranny," fascism. We are living in tyranny and fascism when they can tie up a presidential candidate, their main political opponent, in a courtroom for weeks when he should be on a campaign trail in the middle of an election. That is election interference, and the deep state, the Department of Justice, working as an entity for the president. That is the definition of communism, and a banana republic. And that is what we are. We're witnessing America as a banana republic. So I say, on this Memorial Day, we not only, we have Veterans Day we honor our Veterans Day. We specifically honor those that gave their lives for the ultimate sacrifice so that this would not be the way it is in this country right now. So it is a disgrace and an insult to them and all of our fallen from the very first war, from the very beginning of Valley Forge, on. Well, that being said, I mean, there's a lot we could go into, but good Lord, if you join the members only page, you can see I'm going to be doing a thing called the cutting room floor, where it will be the stuff that won't be on YouTube regular, but they may still get me on that too. But it's not stuff I can't say; it's just stuff that I say, and I end up cutting it out because it goes too long. And this is not a political channel; we're about gold, but at the same time, gold is only a secondary part of life. A very minor part of life compared to what is happening to our nation before our eyes. And it's hard to mess with the frivolity of this alone without somehow saying, at least we've got to, acknowledge and try to, if even there's a couple of people, I know a lot of people on this channel know exactly what I'm saying and agree with it 100%. Some of them agree with it 50%. Some of them agree with it, you got a point. Some of them say, fuck you, you're wrong, but they still watch. And like I said, I appreciate those people as much as I appreciate the ones that agree 100%. And again, I do not agree 100% with anything that Trump did, and you should never agree with 100% of any of your leaders. There's a lot of things he do that I would want him to change, but comparing one to the other, there's just no balance there. It is literally good against evil, and we are seeing evil in action. When they're worrying about one of the main platforms of the election is women fearing they're not going to have the right to kill their babies in the 9th month after they've come out and they talk with the doctor and decide, no, go ahead and put him in the vat and send him to the organ. That is what they argue for. No, none of us want abortion, but it's a fact. It goes on. But after 6 weeks, if you're too stupid to not get pregnant, if you're too stupid not to know how to take, birth control, any of the women that I was ever with, if they were on the pill, I would check their pills. There'd be some of them I'd wake up in the night and say, hey, wake up, you didn't take the pill. I mean, that was if there was any question, I was, because you cannot trust them. Period. Sorry, girls. I know I got a lot of women watching, but it's true. The ones that you are listening to me, it's true. There's no worse enemy of women than other women. I mean, that's their, period. But men are the target, always the target, the easy target. So, but I forget what that rambling again. I actually got a good job today. Went and picked up a check this morning. Going to be rebuilding a fence for the Y here in Homa. They had to tear it down. I'm redoing something for it. It could be a good future work from it too. So, cheers! I ended up getting a little thank you, celebration. Some Crown Royal. I've been buying this for you guys on the little bottles that I've been making pay dirt from for $2.50 a piece. So, should we fill this up? Should I fill this up as a pay dirt bottle and do it for some kind of like a raffle for that? I know. We can peel off the label. I can do some of those fancy layers like JD does on his liquor bottles. I just don't drink liquor like that, so this would be a rarity. But we'll see. We'll see. But at any rate, we honor again for Memorial Day this weekend our fallen soldiers, and thank them so much for their sacrifice so that we can enjoy all the privileges and the greatness of this nation that they want to deny you now for some reason, and call it we're the scum of the earth and colonialists, colonizers. Cheers. I have to say, I really do like this peach. When I first was drinking, I was thinking, well, it'd be too much if you were drinking it all the time and the thing. But when, you know, after you have one or two, the sweetness of the peach, it's really, like I said, it's really good. Cheers. Oh, sorry. So, that being said, on a windy day out here on the bayou, let's turn to the new gold episode. Oh, there's my boy, Hurricane. He's a staple here since Hurricane Ida. Little rescue. He gets on his spot. We have a mail call PAYDIRT combo. A lot of you guys in the live chats, you may or may not know, and some of you might have forgotten, but when Mr. MRMINIX is in the live chats, which he almost always is on Friday night, 8 o'clock Central Time, by you go, guy. At the end of the video, whenever it ends, live chat carries on for 3-4 minutes. We kind of time it off. I think we were at right at 4 minutes. It shuts off thereabouts. But we do a thing where if you see the flashlight, if the light is on at the end of the video before it cuts off, that means Mr. MRMINIX is watching to see who's going to be the last comment in the live chat for that night, and they will get a prize from him. And actually, I think y'all, we showed on that thing, I've got a piece of gold that I'd won from him that way, and I've won that Orleans silver ounce coin from him. I don't know if I went in that way or not off of the giveaway, but I told him before, after I'd won the first time or maybe the second time, I said, dude, you know, whenever you do this, if I'm still on talking with you guys, don't count me, just count, you know, whoever else is on there, you know, chatting last. You know, give it away to somebody else, don't give it away to me. And that night, apparently, it was just he and I that were talking. I didn't even know he had the light on. And I was just on there still because he was still on there talking with him. And I think it was just he and I. And when it was over, he made a comment about something like, you know, you got it. And I was like, I think I made it like, no, don't. And it was, we were done. It didn't go through. And then about a week later, I had little something came in the mail, little something from the MRMINIX Meister there. And he said he'd gotten some new stickers. I don't know if this is one of his new ones or if he'd gotten them in yet. But so this is some mail call PAYDIRT review. He actually sells some PAYDIRT once in a while. It'll come up where you can get some. I got one of his gram bags back a few months ago. I'll leave a link to that video in the description at the end of this one maybe I'll leave it in the description, and then I'll leave something else for the end videos, or maybe I'll do it both. Watch at the end of this video where click on the end videos. That's where it'll be. So, okay, yeah, you're going Bayou, man. How drunk are you? Really, this is only my second little glass, so it's not even second. So, but I did have a solid safety meeting before we began this. So, let's turn to our new gold epicenter of South Louisiana. There's our boy. He's like the MGM lion. Roar for us. Will you roar? Will you roar for daddy? Oh, you gonna roar for daddy? Screw you. So yeah. So instead of our board today, we are going with the stars and stripes. And we got a little decoration on the table. I didn't want to have that nappy looking table there for our Memorial Day celebration here. So Memorial weekend. So that and I just have this out here because I always love it when I see this was in packed up then wrapped in something else, but I loved seeing recycled envelopes, and it had a wrap with a label around this. Mr. MRMINIX had like a computer label. He's fucking fancy, man. I have to handwrite all my stuff. Guys with computers and stuff. Maybe I'll do that on one of those polls that they do for community. If y'all want to see a behind the scenes on the editing of a video, because I can actually record that on my phone as I'm doing it. So, but there we go. There's the crush. It says crush. And as always, he puts it in a Ziploc bag because we have a little bit of leakage coming through there, but that's okay because we are protected. And let's see if these are the same or different. Oh yeah. That's he's sent me a few of them, so you guys are gonna get some. Yeah. Oh, and a magnet. That's a Mr. Minix magnet. Man, he's getting fancy on me. And then here's our new stickers. And actually, these look like they peel off. They make is it around? Okay, it's square. It looked like you can see. It almost looks like it has a ring around that peels off of that, but that's just part of the sticker. So, but yeah, that definitely feels like a thicker sticker than the one that's on the board now. So, but we've got the original, so I'll have to extend the board to put these on, which I'm still working on needing to do that. So yes, that'll be on the list, the ever-growing list. But yeah, this hopefully I can get this job knocked out pretty quick. There's some school next to them. It's been a property line for like 50 years, and they built the fence after Hurricane Ida. So there. Oh man, what did he pack me here? This is the first time I opened it. I hadn't looked at it. Damn, I might not have time to do this. This is I thought this would be a quick one to get in for tonight before I had to got work tomorrow. All right, well, let's see what we got here. We got that there too. Hold on. Well, apparently the camera's been running all this time. Shit. There. Oh. There we've got our coin from Rich at A3 Sky Warrior. And then we've got our Trump Space Force coin. And then we've got our red, white, and blue Trump 2024 coin back there, and our Lego Trump saluting. That's our on top of our petrified wood there. So there's our little representation out here for Memorial Day, Memorial Weekend. I don't know, we might do something on Memorial Day. I'm pondering it. We'll see for Monday. So let's see what Mr. Minix has put us out today. Definitely some dirty looking material. Almost has a bayou look to it. So, and just to finish that off, just as a reminder, there are still over 200 American Israeli hostages held in the shithole tunnels under that piece of shit Hamas Palestine. And now I don't know if you saw that. The damn was it the UN or some one of those bullshit agencies stood up and honored that piece of shit, and I mean, just ridiculous. And declared 3 of them voted that Palestine should be considered a country. In the light of everything that's going on. Okay, yeah, you attack, slaughter, and rape, behead babies. That more than qualifies you for statehood, I would say. What else does it? What else do you need? And something else that they just don't ever like to bring up or point out is that these fucking squatters in the goddamn desert that are all trash. Israel has been paying. Is that a garnet, rough garnet there? Israel is the one that provides their power and water. So again, they sustain the scum that want them dead, and they get repaid by sneak attacks and murdering their citizens in their homes and terrorizing them and raping and like I said, when they dragged that young woman's body, drove it through town in the bed of that pickup truck, it wasn't the soldiers that invaded Israel that were there. It was the people coming out of their houses off the streets to hit it with sticks and to beat the body. That's, so don't give me this bullshit about, oh, they're just innocents living there. No, they support that. They're all terrorists. Again, kill them all. It's a very simple solution. Like I said from the start, tell them if you're not a terrorist, you need to be out of this, this 5-mile circle tomorrow, because it's going to be decimated. And then you blow it to hell, you bulldoze it over, and and then you keep working it that way. Just grid system, very simple. But yeah, those people that have been held captive are living in hell while we do nothing, while our government does nothing to get them out, other than condemn Israel for trying to and for trying to squash these subhuman, animal things. We don't even call them animals because that's an insult to animals. Don't do the things that these creatures do. And like I said, and then you've got them all over these campuses that are supporting that openly. That's that's not America. We again remember the people that blew up our buildings and changed the whole landscape of America with 9/11 and the Homeland Security. Now you've got the COVID police state. I'm telling you guys. But I have to say, one of the things I am loving is watching Caitlin Clark destroy the fucking woke media. A pretty little white girl, Christian. She's not a lesbo. She's not all tatted up. She's not ghetto. She doesn't hate men, so they're all targeting her. And these these BLM DEI. They've been floating through this league complaining about not getting paid enough because they've never made a dime profit in WNBA. The WNBA has never made a single dime of profit. They've always lost money and are only sustained by the NBA. Same thing with women's soccer, only sustained by the men's soccer, or else they'd have been shut down. And they finally have a player that is the phenom of basketball, but since she's white and these black women, these black lesbians have been have just been raging how their sport is so great, nobody watches it, and if they would just give them a chance. And no, it's because you're all incompetent idiots who couldn't beat a boys team. And and you're also feminist, lesbian, flag hating, anthem kneeling scumbags. So it was very very simple, very not very complicated at all, really. That and people love this girl because she's all American. And she doesn't represent the 14% of the population that commits 80% of all the violent crimes and murders in the country. People are glad to see someone that's not covered with tattoos and hating America, and talking about her wife, baby mama crap. So they're just trying to destroy her for how she can't do this, she can't do that. She just started, and it's also blatantly shown the inept coaching that this team's had. That's why the team she's on is a losing team that they got her. And but yeah, with this coach that's just can't stand the fact that the only reason there's any attention coming, she had her first press conference in her life that people ever even listened to what she said, and she was trying to sound like, I'm going to have her do this, and we got to get this out of her and work through that. She trying to be all, like she, whereas Caitlin Clark is her superior by, magnitudes, and again, it's just shown the ineptitude and the lack of any kind of real talent in this league, and by the people that are, running it and coaching it. So it's all racism now, because the black thug ghetto bitch that's from Louisiana that beat her one year in her last year in the league or whatever, and then lost to I don't know any of their names, because nobody knows any of their names because nobody cares. Nobody. The only one I know is Caitlin Clark because she's been promoted, and she just signed some kind of incredible like shoe. No, she already had the shoe deal, I think. What did she just get? Oh, a basketball, where she's going to have a basketball in her name. which is like, you know, that's unheard of for women's things. So yeah, they're gonna really be shitting themselves now because they're just so petty and jealous. It's just, again, it's just fun to watch them, hear them. And again, if they just shut their mouths and take advantage of her notoriety and try to maybe put out a product like her first game, there was like 2 million viewers, and then whenever her game ended, the next game following it, they lost 1.7 million viewers. Everybody turned off because nobody cares about this shit. It's boring, you know. These women, they're substandard even as athletes, as college athletes. It's funny. Like I said, I'm really enjoying the hypocrisy coming from now that they've got actually a chance to earn money. She's sold out. They're moving her every place they play. They're moving her to a bigger stadium, a bigger arena. They had her in a football stadium, for God's sake, where they're like, you couldn't even see the basketball court. But that's what people to accommodate the tickets for, and that's, again, that is unheard of in women's basketball. Period. Since again, it was the first time they've had 1 million plus viewers on a game since they started the league in 2001 or something. Just again, it's just and it started out after 2001. They had 1 million, and for the first game, the ratings dropped and never came back up because people are like, "What the? Nobody wants to watch this." The only people that watch are ones that have daughters in it that play, or their wives, maybe their family members, and half of them don't because they're ashamed that their daughter's a lesbian, an open lesbian, that they've got to fucking deal with their friends and relatives that, about their mentally ill fucking kid who thinks she's a basketball star in her mind. So, all right, let's see. Yeah. My favorite video was the one, it's got some of the most views on it was it was this one.
And at the top of the second half, it's 16-9. Easton leads the scoring with 4.
And that's why she commands $7,000 a year. These gals sure do make it look difficult.
But is having this minor skill worth being so unattractive? That's for the fan to decide. Yay!
Oh, yeah. And that was years before Big Brittany Griner. You saw where Big Bob's Griner's wife's pregnant. How's that work? Yeah. When that baby comes out looking like a freak of nature, then you're going to know that it's who directly something ain't right. Something ain't right about that boy. That boy ain't right. That's how Hank would say it. How would Hank say it?
That boy ain't right.
All right. Well, Mr. MRMINIX, look what Mr. MRMINIX sent us just for hanging out and talking to him on the live chat, end of the show. Not even on his channel. Generous guy. He doesn't just do this on my channel. He's done this on other channels too. But so again, you guys just remember whenever when you're on the live chat, watch at the end of the show, hang out, converse a little bit, and you might end up, especially if you see the lights on, you never know what Mr. MRMINIX is watching. I have to say congratulations to Vester for winning on Mike's Gold Nugget Sales 5-gram nugget. Guess the weight. He guessed it within 0.01 of a gram of the actual weight. So that was awesome, Vester. I saw that. I thought, congratulations, man. That's very cool. Great guy to win it. So I actually tried on this one. I looked at the I had the video. I reviewed it. I reviewed what he cleaned off of it. I took the numbers down. I figured out the percentage of how much percentage of weight was lost from what he took off of that first nugget compared to what I estimated was on the second nugget. And then I broke it down into 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%, 6%, 7%, up to 8% on the amount of weight that would have been lost off of that nugget for that. Broke it down. And I went with my higher number, like number 7. So my guess was like 203, I believe, or something like that, 203s. If I'd have gone with he'd have still would have won. He'd have beat me. But if I'd have gone with my 3% guess, it was the same the weight, but mine, instead of being 0.82, I think it was like .42 or something. So he still would have beaten me. I would have had to gotten it exactly on it, or tied him to have gotten it. But I would have been close. I would have been a lot closer. So, but I was just surprised I was that close at working it down. And then it was just a matter of which of those do I think I should have really gone for. And I opted for the higher weight because it looked like a bigger stuff was probably to come out of it. But I even had some quartz with some pyrite, some other stuff, trying to match the iron. I didn't have any ironstone like that, but I was trying to match volume to weight in my hand and put it on the, the way it looked in my hand compared to him holding the nugget, and then put it on the scale to see what, So I actually tried on this one to see if I could figure, analytically if it made a difference, and it actually did. If I'd have picked the right percentage, then again I'd have been real close, but Vester took it. So congratulations, buddy, and again thank you so much to Mike at Golden Nugget Sales for giving us the chance to do that and really have some fun with it. And I think he really enjoyed it too. And we have a pepper update. It seems that I was wrong. That's a habanero. That's a habanero that's coming out there. These leaves are not the scary looking jaggedy leaves of a reaper plant. These are habaneros. So for some reason the habanero seeds, I thought they were reapers in this pot, but apparently last year it was the habaneros that took from my peppers. So still nice. That'll be good, but I was really excited about having some early season reapers showing up. But now I'm going to have to pull out some seeds and see if I can germinate some, get some growing, because they won't have any plants around here until middle of summer, if then. All right, well, we are in with our dried gold at the counter. Actually, this is the next day. I got tied up with some stuff and started on a fence job, but I forgot all about the fact that I believe that I was going to end our 3-year comment giveaway, announced the winner's night, but I just don't have time to call it up. So there's our bottle that you'll be playing for, and I will be extending it until, I guess, we'll say Saturday at midnight, and then it'll give me Sunday to pick the name, and then we'll announce it on Monday for Memorial Day. I had done a bottle for the Freedom Fest. I didn't get it out with John. I didn't get anything together for him before he left, so I did one actually on Saturday because I thought that was the day they did the giveaways, and Sunday when they left, and actually they did it on Saturday. So I actually missed that, and then I was getting out the bag to put it in a Ziploc baggie to keep it dry, and it fell into the bag, knocked off a bottle that fell into the sink and splashed water on the bottle. So it ruined my label there with the smearing the water on the gator. So I'm not sure now what I'll do with it. But yeah, that was the intent for that. So sorry I missed you guys. It just didn't work out. I was going to send something out there with John. So, but we have tonight our beautiful Mr. MRMINIX Gold. And you can see it is some pretty stuff. So we'll just see what I went through my tailings and actually had a good amount of some fine pieces that had gotten by, even going through the pan twice before I would dump it in the super sluice. So I don't know if that was gold that I washed out with it or I didn't catch in the pan. But man, I've got this invasion with these damn ants now coming in. Let's see. Turn on our scale. Zero it out. That's what I was thinking. It was probably about 0.20, 0.22. So very nice. Thank you so much, Mr. MRMINIX. Like I said, you guys, when you see the light on at the end of the chat run, then Mr. MRMINIX is lurking. So the last comment wins. So and seriously, brother, now from now on, if I'm on there, it's just you and me. Don't don't, save it for somebody else, man. I really appreciate it. It's awesome, and it was great fun pay dirt to do, fun bag to go through there. It didn't beat me up like I thought it was going to with all that black sand in there. So, they said perfect bag for this week. So thank you, brother. All right, we've got some very nice little pieces of gold in there. Plus, check that out, a very cool piece of wire gold, very tiny. That's a toothpick tip. That's that. So again, just the awesome character on this stuff, even at micro sizes, is just incredible. So there's another little squiggly wire piece up there. So awesome stuff. Again, thank you so much, Mr. MRMINIX. Great guy, and some nice little bit of winning gold there.
They encountered their first crawdad tonight.
1946, astrophysicist Lyman Spitzer proposed a telescope in orbit above the Earth's atmosphere. The idea clearly outstripped the technology of the time. But by 1966, NASA began launching a series of orbiting astronomical observatories. Only two were successful, but the telescopes in low Earth orbit were the first to see the night skies in the ultraviolet part of the spectrum. In the 1970s, plans were drawn up for a large orbiting telescope.
Gizmo, you trying to get your nose in there?
Something that would become possible when the space shuttle went into service.
Well, what do we have here?
At 5 weeks old, we've got them coming out of the box and running around the house looking for some food. So all 7 are still doing very good. My pretty little calico there. No torties in this batch. The first ones that we've had that weren't no tortoise shells. But she's a sweet little calico. But she's just so tiny. I look down, I see this little thing.
That was a lot of fun. So once again, thank you, Mr. MRMINIX. And speaking of mail calls for this, I did have a package that came in today, and this feels like about 3 pounds of 3, maybe 4 pounds of dirt, and it's from Stonehouse. Yeah, I should know that by now. Stonehouse Mining, which is Mr. Charles Hammond, Chicken, Alaska. So you might want to check his site. Chicken Miner has some dirt available again. This time it's 3/4 of a gram instead of the traditional half gram for $60. It's gone to, I think, 3/4 of a gram for $75, postage paid. And so looking forward to doing that. It's been over a year since I did that. So very cool to have that coming up. Actually, I'm a little late getting this part of the video done because I spent the evening watching Trump do his speech in the Bronx. And holy cow, I mean, there were the tens of thousands. It was just like whenever I went to his rallies, tens of thousands of people that couldn't even get into the area where he was speaking. And he comes strolling through the park, and he's taking these full strides. So he's not shuffling like Biden does, as he's like he barely can walk. Trump comes walking in just out of the green. There's no ceremony to it. Gets to the stage, and there's just the cameras. The Fox feed went out, and the other feed, whichever was, some other feed went out that was doing it. But the one I was watching, they were using the Trump feed on Benny Johnson. So that's on my community page. I posted that feed going on while it was live. So if you want to click on that and check it out, it's a great speech. He almost talked for almost 2 hours, and the crowds loved him. And then Benny does they're kind of like talking to the people in the streets there about how many people are New York is in play. And if there's videos, I don't know, back from a year ago maybe, when I was saying that that there was a chance that New York could be in play this round. So it looks like there is a chance from all this going on is going to backfire in a way they never imagined. There has a Republican hasn't taken New York since like that part of New York. I think they said since like the 20s to 2024 election, so almost over 100 years. Calvin Coolidge, I think, was the president. They said that had won, the Democrat that had won there, a Republican that had won there. So, that being said, I said it was awesome. It was an awesome sight to see in New York, where Trump could just plop down into the deepest blue section and be surrounded by tens of thousands of people, whereas Biden can't go into a deep blue section that's supposed to be his supporters and draw a dozen people. So it's just 81 million votes. They want you to believe this piece of shit got. So sure he did. So I hope everyone has a very awesome Memorial Day weekend. And again, it's we take time to honor and remember those that have fallen, but we still celebrate their lives by being Americans and going out and doing your barbecues and and having fun with your family and your friends. And like I said, just appreciate the gift that you have that they gave. So I think that'll wrap this one up. I'm going to try to do something again for Memorial Night, Memorial Day, maybe do a live feed. I'm not sure. A live stream. I'm not sure for our giveaway. One way or the other, though, it'll either be recorded or live. So I'll see y'all on Memorial Day night. And that is if this fence job doesn't kill me. I got these big sections of fence I got to move around and rebuild. So, yeehaw. But it's going to give you some more gold. So there you go. So till the next time, bye you gold guy, saying take care of each other and peace out, my friends. Got fence down. I've got a bunch of sections that have been cut, 6-foot sections. The fence row here had to be all taken down because there's a school there that wants their property line back or some crap. But we've got 13 sections of fence like that are 6 foot each. So and then here where they leaned it up down here, they actually damaged the fence here, leaning the old fence up on it. So I'm changing that one out.